The 13th of December 2020. Welcome, Mr. Z.
Morning.
Just had a little bit of breakfast this morning. Hope everybody is doing well. It's a little chilly out this morning, as you can imagine. So, what is going on this morning? Just want to make sure I'm on live chat. There we go. How you doing, Mew? Good to see you. Good morning, Robin. Good morning to you. I hope that everybody's having a good Sunday. It is a chilly one. It's kind of overcast with spots of blue skies. How you doing, Grandpa Jay? Hello from Belfast, Ireland. Good morning to you. Good morning, Jessica Dean. Good morning, Shelby. How are you today? I hope that everything's going well. Scarface, what's going on? If I missed anybody, apologies. Kool-Aid Jimmy in the chat. Caroline, Jasper, Giddy Up and Go Melody, Vanilla Rain, Jason, and Kim. Number one, thank you to those of you who were on the stream last night. It was a very fun time. Also, special thanks to those of you, hi Charlotte, hey Quinny, special thanks to all of you who were on the stream at Hoover last night. And although although the sound quality was not, it was super windy last night. Bitter cold last night with the wind blowing. But I was very happy the video quality was very good out at the dam, and there were quite a few more people out there.
Your head didn't explode either. It was
no,
nice.
My head didn't explode, and I faced my demons out at the dam, and it went pretty good. What turned it around for me was when that guy put his monkey boy was when that guy put his kid on the wall, and man, it was like crazy. And all of a sudden I could think of somebody else out there besides myself. Your parking lot video with monkey boy.
Huh? Do what?
Do you guys know series by any chance?
Oh, I don't know.
No, sorry. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Oh boy, downtown is really gone to the dogs again down here. So thank you to those of you who were on the stream. It's chilly outside today. It is very, very cold today here in Las Vegas. Statistically, they say December's the coldest month in Vegas. So good afternoon. Hello, Bella. Hello, Bella Rose. Nice to see you. Bella Explores. Yeah. Hey, Mouse Toes. Good to see you this morning. Hi, Em. How you doing? What did you think of the dam? All things considered, it was a good visit.
Yeah.
For those of you who were expecting to see the fire pit last night, I see the wind's kicking up again here today. It's really not advisable to have a fire pit go on when it's windy, and that's why we decided to not have the fire pit last night. Plus, we were going to go live at A&W for hamburgers, but there was no inside dining at that point in time, and we froze our tails off outside, eating outside. And thank you, Monkey Boy, for dinner last night. Ooh, Rolf says it's only 19 degrees here, but minus 20 wind chill. Woo! Mouse Toe says you were sassy last night. Good morning, Polar Bear. Good morning to you. Wait a couple more minutes to get up to speed before I get to the main topic of today. My phone was blowing up overnight about what's going on with the channel and what the future of the channel is, and with Mr. Z and Monkey Boy and Rich Life and what we're doing. This is going to be my last day in Las Vegas. 53 and it's raining and cold. I hope the little one doesn't have trauma. How you doing, Em? Good to see you today. All right. Yeah, Mr. Monkey Boy, he was very kind to buy us dinner last night. but we saved him from being locked out of his.
Got him a battery.
Had to get a battery. Thank you, RSN. There we go. Thank you, CJ. Real Stream News in the chat. And yeah, I can get caught up later with you today if you want. California still got rain. God knows they need it. That might put the end to the rainy season over there. Hey MJ, how are you? So back to the Rancho tomorrow. Going to be a long journey back, and let's talk about Plan A, just to take people back in time. Just to revisit some of this old ground, so just so you have some perspective on stuff. When Chris originally indicated, Rich Life of Road Trips indicated he was going to come out to California, I was happy to extend the hospitality of the Rancho because I had known Chris and had been a follower of his for a better part of almost 2 years on YouTube. So he was a known quantity to me. And when he got to the Rancho, he was certainly welcome. And we talked about what his plans were for the future and what my plans for the future were. And at that particular point in time, and I'm going to let the side chat roll because I got to keep my thoughts together. At that particular time, I said, you know what? You don't really have a lot going on, but if you want to stay here over the holidays, it's cool. If you want to bunker down here over the holidays, it's all good. And then we would develop a plan, and that's the way things were going pretty much in that track. And I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna say anything negative about Molasses Murphy because my personal relationship with her was very fine. Yes, I did put $200 in her pocket, but it was mainly as a thank you for the entertainment that she had provided on the Rancho, and if people wanted to contribute something towards that and potentially helping get her car fixed. But last week, she indicated that she was about 300 miles north in Humboldt County, and some job didn't come through up there. I think being a trimmer or something for weed trimmer, and that job didn't come through. And I didn't give an invite at that time to come down to the Rancho because honestly, I didn't really know Molasses Murphy at that time, and I never got involved in her other stuff of what was going on. With all that other crap that came down on YouTube. So I didn't feel like at that time that I could extend an invitation just because I didn't really know her at all. And then I don't know if her or Chris were talking, and next thing I knew, she was at the Target parking lot in Santa Rosa. Now, Chris had gone out the night before or that day, and I didn't know he was leaving for good. I had no indication. I mean, he said, well, let's have a hug, and I thought it was like a hug for good luck meeting Molasses Murphy. And so I didn't think he wasn't coming back to the Rancho, but I'm very flexible about stuff. And I'm watching him, and he met up with Molasses Murphy on the Target parking lot. And in the meantime, I went on to work, and I was clicking into the live stream, and all of a sudden he was saying that he had cleared out of the Rancho and was on the road with Molasses Murphy. Well, I didn't think too much about that. The only thought that crossed my mind was that I didn't think we had a proper goodbye because I didn't know he was leaving. Weird. So I got off work about 12:15, 12:20, something like that. And instead of getting off my usual exit on Highway 101, I said, you know what, I'm going to get the next exit. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go to the Target parking lot. I'm at least going to meet Molasses Murphy. And I'm going to say hi because I don't want somebody to come down 300 miles or whatever and be shut out meeting. So I thought, what the hell, I'll go over.
What the hell?
I'll say goodbye to Christopher and wish them good luck on the road. And as you know, I came up and stream sniped them in the Target parking lot. We did me. And for those of you who don't know, stream snipe is you come up on somebody else's live stream and you kind of put yourself in the show. But I was glad I did, to come up, and then we gave a hug and we said goodbye. And I kind of thought that would be it. And then the next morning I got a text message that Molasses Murphy's car was acting up. The belt was squealing on it. And at that point in time, I kind of thought to myself, well, she's not a mechanic. Let's get her over here. Okay, come on over. I'll fix you all breakfast. And I'll check out, listen to the car, see what's going on. Because worst case scenario, I have 1 or 2 shops here in the area that I deal with, some nice Mexican guys. And we'll go ahead and get her car checked out if she wants to down here. I don't have I lent my neighbor my puller for removing flywheels and other things like that. I never got that back, so it's not like I could pull a flywheel. And it sounded like it was on the air conditioning bearing. It was running the air conditioner belts on that. So I didn't feel bad about telling her, come on over to Rancho. And this was on a Thursday night. And I really thought, having met her, we had a really nice meeting. I cooked some breakfast. I said, what do y'all want to do? And I said, you're welcome to stay here till Sunday because I'm going to go down to Vegas on Sunday. And the next morning, she slept well. They had the Sean Shack out there and it was all good. And the next morning, I had breakfast again for everybody, and I said, what y'all plan? And we're going to hang out at the Rancho for a while. I thought that's cool, because she indicated that she wanted to see Las Vegas. She wanted to go down to Las Vegas. So I thought that we were all going to caravan down to Vegas, and they would kind of do their thing, and I would hang with Mr. Z and Monkey Boy. Hi, Susie. How are you? Hello, Jacob. We had the nice fire pit that night. She did a wonderful job playing guitar. She was very entertaining. I had her do a very simple kitchen stadium, just take some pre-cooked ribs and throw them on the grill and heat them up. And we had a good meal. We had a great hangout. And then I woke up on Friday morning, and they evidently had powwowed during the night and talked about things, and they decided that they wanted to roll out themselves. And originally they were going to come to Las Vegas. So once again on Friday morning, okay, cool, whatever you guys want to do, it's good.
Here's your itinerary, you follow it or not.
Yeah, here's what I'm doing, and you guys can plan accordingly. In other words, I roll with the punches, whatever's coming my way. So y'all want to roll out of here? I said, look, she asked about a place to get the car checked out. I sent her up to one shop, and the guy's like, it's going to be $45 to look at it, and then $90 per hour for labor, which sounds like a lot, but for shop labor is very expensive when it comes to, most of the rates are going to be around 150 out in our areas.
What
I thought 90 is a good deal.
That's a mechanic for you.
But she didn't want to take on the open-ended possibility that it might cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars, even though I had put $200 in her pocket, which she earned. I don't have any regret about that. I thought she did a wonderful job of entertaining. So she came back to the Rancho after getting that quote, and I gave Christopher a second shop to go to, and I think at that time they decided to just roll out and take a shot with it. So this is where I'm not involved in the story, but they rolled out to Arizona, and then some things came down with traveling with weed, or her car was burning excessive amounts of oil. So I guess he knew I was in Las Vegas, and he said, you know what, I'm just going to turn around. Maybe he talked to a couple people on the phone. He said, I'm going to turn around and just head back to Vegas. And I thought, that's okay. Do what you want to do. I've got Monkey Boy and Mr. Z, and we really haven't done that many things together. between all of us, last night's hangout and a short one the other night. So as far as what people were asking me, what did Chris gamble? What did he lose? I have no idea. I didn't drill down and ask the guy. I'm actually legendary for minding my own business when it comes to other people's affairs and things. So I don't know what happened. But he came down. He's been staying in his van here, which is fine. It's very comfortable for him. Evidently, it's a good place to sleep. Which brings us back to Plan A, which was the original plan, which was just come on to the Rancho, spend a few weeks on the Rancho. Then perhaps my father's situation has improved a lot. He'll probably be moved out of an ICU unit. He's engaging in speech therapy and other things now because he lost 2 weeks of his life being on ICU. And I thought we could just co-travel together to the East Coast, and I could peel off and see my dad and then come back down and spend some time in the warm South and see some of my friends down there. So that was the original Plan A. It was going to unfold. Now, as far as I can determine, and this is subject to change, because I'm reactionary. I'm not proactive. I don't tell people what to do on YouTube. As far as I know now, tomorrow morning we will be heading back to the Rancho and hanging out there through the holidays, and then depending on the situation, we will head out to the East Coast. When Chris comes to the Rancho, I'll tell him, please be respectful to women. I'm not going to own that, but I'm going to say, please, be respectful for women. Try to tone down the cursing when you're there because it reflects on the Rancho and things like that. So that's my request. That's not a demand. Okay, so for those people that are saying, Rosie's insisting on this or Rosie's insisting on that as a condition to stay, I don't tell. So a couple people I've answered in messages and things, I say, I don't tell people what to do. And somebody said, well, you said it to hang out. You said it to hang out. You were going to insist on that. And then I wrote them back. I say it's mission impossible to do that. So I don't want to be held accountable. It's not possible to do that. So that will be my request, because I think people's nature is baked in the cake. I don't think that you're going to have a miracle happen. That's just reality on here. Just reality about things. Yeah, my Rancho, my rules, but I'm smarter than that, God's pocket. I don't put myself into a corner where people can say, you said this and you say that. So I'm putting it out once again. This will be my request, to keep things nice, but I'm not going to own it. Don't message me. Don't tell me this is going on a hangout. Don't tell me that that's going on in the hangout. I control what comes out of this mouth. Okay? So I just want to be clear about that. Okay? So those that want to try to put that, I've now stated that very clearly, that will be a request of mine to keep things nice. But at the end of the day, it really is up to that person to own their own shit. Okay? And that's the facts of YouTube. I will say again, you can go to a lot of other hangouts on YouTube and you can hear some horrendous stuff going on that's far worse than what comes out of his mouth. Far, far worse and horrifying stuff. And I don't see people in the side chat on there going crazy or talking about those other streams and going in there and demanding that this person change, or this person not talk about this, or this person not talk about young girls and all that. It's horrific stuff. Now, the day I see people going in and talking about those other streams on chats and complaining about them and demanding change is the day that I'll make demands on people on the Rancho. Okay? And that's the bottom line. Yeah, it's been a lot of experience of mine that you get yourself in a very bad way when you try to affect other people's behavior. All I can do is guide, request, and hope for the best. That's the bottom line. It is very cold out here. San Just fine. It's rolling down the road. Yeah, I try to be decent and I ask people, please do this. But at the end of the day, compared to what I hear, honest to God, on other chats, and I see people piled into those chats, a lot of the same people that come to my chats, and I don't see them saying one negative word about the way that those chats are conducted or the subject matter that comes up as a result of those streams. I'm just a believer. Everybody takes responsibility for what comes out of their own mouth. Hey, Rachella, I know you want to explore Baltimore City back there. Just know it. Got to be very careful in Baltimore. It's a bird of a different feather down there. Bird of a different feather. Okay. So I think I've laid that out pretty crystal clear now. If you're going to start trying to affect people's behaviors on live streams across the board and in other platforms, then it has to be across the board. You can't pick and choose who you're going to demand a higher level of content when people with lower level of
Intelligence.
whatever. I don't bash on people's chats, but there's no demand that they change, or there's nobody screaming and hollering, I'm unsubbing and doing this and that. So I don't buy into that equation, because the equation doesn't balance at all. It just doesn't balance. So how you doing, Mama Rinda? Nice to see you. Hey, featured lurker, frustrated lurker, and Veer and everybody else. I didn't see that message. It got taken out. No, I don't put shock collars on people. Hey, Tupac, how you doing? You know, I just say open your eyes to what else the discussions, the topics. I was listening to a stream yesterday. There was a total and complete shit show with horrible accusations and things back and forth, and people were piling in there and listening to it and commenting on it. I didn't hear anybody screaming and hollering that you've got to change your behavior and you've got to do this and you got to do that. We can't be selective about how that goes down. Okay, hey Bally, it is chilly. We're going to go up to Mount Charleston today. Hey Tara, how are you, babe? Thank you, Philip. And it was nice. Hey Melina, I popped on to Kev TV stream this morning down in LA. That was nice too. Thank you, CJ. $3 from CJ. Thank you. So I don't think it's unrealistic to ask for a higher level. Thank Tupac. I appreciate that. Thank you, my friend. Canadian $2. So I think when I see other people demanding changes on other live streams that people pile into, then I'll start to demand a higher order of performance too, because I like things to be across the board. Please do not pick and choose which live streams you want to take corrective action on, because I'm not going to own it. How you doing, Kevin? I'm not going to be involved in it. Whatever happens on those streams, you should direct all of your positive or negative comments towards that content creator, and let them know how you feel about let them know how you feel about things. Yeah, Charlie Pride died. Yep, Charlie Pride. Yes, he did. Dancing Shadows. Hey Ace, how you doing today? So yeah, I do watch other chats. I want to go up to Mount Charleston, but based on the temperature right now, what is it, about 0 up on top of that damn thing
degrees.
Up on Mount Charleston?
Feels like it's 2.
I hope you've been. Yeah, I've had a great time in Vegas. Because I don't tell people what to do. I suggest, hey, how about we do this? Yeah, thank you, Glam Mayhem. I appreciate that. Says Rosie, I agree. Have a great day. Yep. Hey, how you doing, Jen? We can't be blind to what goes on the boy, because like I say, I see tons of people piled in there that are on this chat And I make note of who makes what comments, and I fire back, hey, I saw you over in this stream where they're talking about really horrific real life stuff and terrible stuff. How can you sit in those streams? Where's the screaming and hollering for change? And I don't ever hear a peep about that. So, hey, April, how you doing? Nice sunny 75 in Florida. Rescue Pits, how you doing today? So, thank you, little Sasquatch. I appreciate that. Hey, let it go. So once again, just to be crystal clear, if you have problems with other people's live streams and their content, please bring it up with them. Take it up with them, because I can tell you from many years of experience here on YouTube, there's really nothing that I can do to change people with a magic wand, and because it's just a road for failure. It's guaranteed failure.
Yeah, you're gonna look stupid in the end.
It's guaranteed failure.
Face.
It will fail. And it will leave you in a position where you have to play cop and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, I know Harvey's gone through some things now, and I told Harvey, messaged him today, there's nothing I can do about it. You know, right? I mean, I can't wave a magic wand and make things go away on YouTube. It's just it's developed the way that it has, and I don't get involved with YouTube affairs anymore. And you know, can you contact YouTube? And I don't do that kind of thing. That thing with Elvis was really a one-off event.
There was an abortion.
Yeah, and just because he had come in so hard for my channel, I decided if this guy's capable of doing this guy's capable of doing anything. But I don't think YouTube's contact people are designed to deal with the kind of back and forth that's going on with Harvey. And I just, as a result, I won't contact YouTube about that stuff. I don't feel like I have any skin in the game there. And you know, I think you have to get it resolved on your own, either within working with the person that you're having the problem with, or working with you know, your own authorities and things like that. I can't, there's nothing. Yeah, the YouTube fairy godmother. Yeah, thank you, Monkey Boy. Yeah, I'd say Mr. I don't know if he's a best friend, but he's a damn good friend.
I'd say Missy Jen's your bestest friend.
Yeah, I'd say Janet, the boss, Missy Jen.
There's a couple of people on top of me. Above me.
God bless Missy Jen. She's got a lot going on back at home with a family member that's direly sick right now. Dire straits. And much to her credit, she doesn't come on here and complain. And she just deals with it on a daily basis. And God love her for doing that. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing blocks. Doing good. Okay. Now, I could hear later today that Christopher's going to take off for the east. And again, I'm very fluid. I can go with anything. Now, full disclosure, I've had some people send me some funds on PayPal specifically to help put gas in his vehicle to get him up to Santa Rosa, where at least he can wait out till the 21st of till he gets paid, and hopefully through Christmas. I will hold on to that money. Okay, I will hold on to those funds and make sure that they're properly used and they don't end up in a slot machine, and I will dispatch those funds in absolute accordance with the instructions of the kind people that sent that money. They have the caveat that please just keep that.
People looking out for him.
Yeah, fund your travel, fund the travel home, but please don't let this go into a slot machine and stuff like that. So I will honor that request to do that. It's not a significant amount. It's less than 3 digits. Okay, it's not hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but it was acts of very nice kindness on the part of them. So this way I'll ensure that the gas goes into the vehicle, and should he choose to come to Santa Rosa, that it'll be guaranteed that you'll get up to the Rancho, and we'll get it there. Well, thank you, Star Walker. But do y'all think that's a good idea? Right? Because people have conditions that they attach. Yeah. Well, Alicia, I've got it covered. Like I said, and Mr. Z will bear me out. I haven't asked anybody about any monetary conditions that they have. I haven't asked Christopher how he spent his time. I haven't been on a live stream to hear what's going on.
Because it's none of your business.
I'm not wired that way I just react. I don't proactively do stuff. So, all right. So that's what I said. Thank you. I don't know if I'm wise. I'm probably the stupidest person on YouTube, to be honest. But I think it's fair to take those funds and use them exactly as they were directed. And let's just have a calm, quiet Christmas holiday season. Got a beautiful Christmas tree at home. It's warm. It's comfortable. It's a nice place to hang out. It's a good place to be. So. Well, you know, I'm pretty dumb. Stuff tends to come my way, and I'm a kind person by nature, and I'm a people pleaser. I like to take care of Mr. Z's here. I like to buy him a breakfast. Because he takes time to be down here when he can be doing other stuff.
Make sure she's waist deep in coffee too, so.
Gotta have that good coffee. Hey Goldie, how are you, honey? Thank you to you. Doing well right now. Everyone deserves a little hand. Yeah, I think we all do, Star Walker. A lot of us down here are the kindest, man, some of the kindest people I've ever met in my life have been down here on YouTube. And the things
some of the biggest assholes too, though.
Well, I mean, it's a two-way street. It's like a big bell curve. You have really giving, generous people, and then you have the main bulk of us that are nice people, but we're just looking for content. We're looking to watch YouTube, which is cool. No price tag attached to it, and then you have a small group of people that get involved in stuff. But I've always found on YouTube, if you don't give shit, you don't get shit. So if you're not there on a hangout blasting somebody, you're not really creating enemies. You're just kind of doing your own thing and keeping your head low. But I think respecting everybody is the key, and not ranting, not raving. Because there's people that have friends down here, and some people get very upset about what they hear, and they may pick up the gauntlet and go for it. So I don't like to get myself in that kind of position. How many men do we find that do not smoke, drink, or how you doing, detailer? No, there's nothing. DB says you need a sainthood for your Rancho hospitality. The Rancho is a big place. The beauty of it, would I have people there if it was just one building and I was living under the same roof? Probably not. Probably not. Because the Rancho is a large property by urban standards within a core urban area. It's very unusual. In that it has its own separate outbuilding. So when somebody's living in that outbuilding, as was demonstrated when Elvis Travels was here for 5 months, I don't really have much interaction when it comes to being in the main house, hey Ronnie, how you doing? Which comes to being in the main.
She even locks me out, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, and I don't give people access to the house, right?
Why? Because she doesn't need to come home and find someone who sniffed through her panties, okay?
So you have your own building to be in, you have heat, you have refrigeration, you have a hot shower, you have a very comfortable bed, and it's well insulated and it's very comfortable, and people seem to enjoy that. So it works out very well. So I don't really feel like I'm a saint. I feel like I'm just giving somebody a place to crash for a while. But could I do that on the sofas, crasher? No, it'd be a day or two, and then it would be out the door. Yeah, so I think that'll work out okay in that regard. And I'm battle proven anyway. I did 5 months with Elvis Travels being on the Rancho. 5 months. That was 150 days of being there, doing the van build, and it's in the regards of the housing situation, it worked out pretty good. Now, Christopher, people asking me who's going to feed who and all that. Christopher has his own resources. He's got countless chickens in a can and things, and no doubt we'll do a Rancho Kitchen Stadium chicken in a can, fried rice, or we'll make something fun out of chicken
Yeah.
in a can, and we'll have a good time. We'll do some good. I can't indefinitely feed people because my budget is not what people perceive it to be. And people are like, well, you're living in an expensive house. No, my house was a piece of junk that just happened to rise up with the current real estate market, as of many of your property. But I don't treat it like an ATM to draw money out of, right? I treat it as a roof over my head, and I don't think of it as an investment. I think of it as a house, okay? I never bought it for an investment, so.
The house itself is small.
Oh, well, thank you, Beard. Yeah, there's plenty of chicken in a can and all that kind of stuff. So I'm a believer in a well-balanced diet with greens and things, but I can't force somebody to eat greens if they don't enjoy, I'm not a mother to that. I don't get involved in people's dietary stuff. All that stuff comes back to haunt you in the end. Okay? If you don't eat well, you don't get magnesium. As you get older, that's going to be problematic. What is it, biker day? Crazy. Yeah, there's Dancing Dawn. There's your girlfriend there, Mr. Z. All right. I've met some real genuine people. You being one, they're great, kind. Yeah, well, thank you, Danny G. It was our pleasure to have you on the Rancho stop by and put some Rancho oranges in your hands there. Yeah. No, $200 doesn't last long. These $200 doesn't last. It's a pencil. Most people say I look like I put my makeup on with a shotgun. So, no, it is what it is. You guys know Rosie girl is kind of raw, not real girly and all that. So, anybody have any questions? Don't tell them I'm here. I'm in the middle. Oh, Dancing Dawn is your stalker is here. Lindsay. As I said a little while ago, honey, I never got involved in Chris's finances. I did not ask him how much he lost or made, or I just don't do that. I just don't do that. Yeah, I just can't do that. So, let's see. Lunar Phoenix, I missed your question. Sorry, if you wouldn't mind repeating that. That would be great. Yeah, I've had chicken in the can. Hey, Cindy, I've had chicken in the can many times. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's loaded with sodium.
Yeah,
Right.
preservative. Yeah, it's got a preservative.
Do you know where Molasses is now? I believe that she is in Arizona, last I heard. And people say, would you welcome her back to the Rancho? Of course I would. It's a little difficult when there's multiple people on the Rancho there. So sometimes the
It's
dynamics
got to be planned out.
sometimes the dynamics don't work out too well. Like, I don't want a situation where somebody's trying to press for a love relationship and the other person is not looking for that, and then I have a real bad, I got a real bad dynamic on the Rancho, and somebody's gonna be gone with hurt feelings. But I was very upfront with Molasses Murphy, and I asked her, I said, at this point in time, it might be better if you roll on. And she's like, that's cool. She didn't make an issue out of it. She understood, which is good. Yeah, Mr. Z is great. Hey, Scarlett. He's reading the side chat there. Cool. Chicken in a can is just canned breast meat. Yeah, when I was in college, ramen noodles and chicken in a can, that was it. So if I missed a question, I apologize. You're welcome, Abby. If I know the answer, I'll answer it. If I don't know the answer, I'll straight up tell you. But I think Mr. Z's known me all these years that I don't I don't want to get involved in people's finances. I don't want to get involved in people's love life. You know, I'd love to have a new princess of the Rancho, a traveling gal, and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not the kind of person that forces that, and I just think things happen in.
Rosie's not stupid. You know, we all want to protect her, but we got to also remember it's Mama Rosie. We got to remember who we're dealing with. Mama Rosie.
Yeah, the Barbara Stanwyck of the Rancho there.
It's like we treat our own
Mr.
kids.
Z's great.
That's how. Yeah.
So we'll do a chicken in a can. Do a chicken in a can fried rice combination. Some type of fried rice. Get a little bit of ham, a little bit of chicken, and we'll do a stir fry or something like that. Did you look at the pic of Robert Crumb, the artist? You look just like him. Do an image search. Me. Lunar, go ahead, honey. I'm sorry I missed your question. Chat's moving fast, but I don't want to put on the slow mode. Oh, how you doing, Karen? Mr. Z and I've known each other 2 years now.
Feels like 20 though.
Yeah, so that's good. They're traveling. I'm obsessed with it. Okay, well, traveling is fun. I wouldn't particularly recommend this time, but you know, in the pandemic, but we're always very cautious with masks and who we're around. And I've been around probably 50,000 people in the last 5 months, and like I say, D was I believe one of the first people that came down with COVID in March, and he got sick as a dog. He went out to the Arizona desert. I got home for a couple days. I felt a little discombobulated, a little bit of GI upset, and a very mild sort of feeling like a full head, and then it passed in 2 days. So chicken salad and all that. So yeah, I hate to miss people's questions, but hey, Jackie Blue. Yeah, you're the handsome, smart, fun. Let's see, Melissa. Rich said you had over $1,000 plus he found a $20 bill. I don't think he said any such thing, Lindsay, but I could be wrong. I don't think he has $1,000. Hey, Julie Army Mom, how are you? Then again, you could be right. I don't get people's finances. So, when are you coming east? I'm going to try to come east safely through the south, Zoe Small, and try to get up to Baltimore. So my visit coincides with hopefully my dad, and there's still a lot of slips that occur. Hopefully, when my dad is stable and transferred back to a care home so that he can recover, get his strength back. Get his speech back. He had that tube down his throat for 2 weeks, and he lost 2 weeks of his life. So obviously there's some confusion post sedation. So he has speech therapists coming by now. He is responsive and awake. So hey Susie, how are you? Chicken Alfredo with the chicken in the can. Yes, I'll have access to the vaccine as one of the first people. Yes, I will. Yeah. Age plus job.
Age plus beauty.
And beauty. Thank you very much. I'm glad you guys have been enjoying the stream. I've made a lot of mistakes over the years on YouTube, and I determined it about 2 months ago. I was just going to start owning my shit and apologizing to people that have been offended in the past, and just trying to square things up in a positive way to go out of 2020, because it's been so terrible here, and just determined to stay out of trouble, don't bash people, don't go crazy, and just have a good time and focus on content. And I think for the most part I've succeeded. Yeah, the dam was cool. The video turned out good. I wish that the audio had been better. Let's see, Big Chivo, how long has you and Mr. Z been dating? About 4 years on the sly. So, yeah, 4 years on the sly, right? Yep, 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 yep. You know, Mr. Z, and I'm not going to put his shit out there. He has a amazing, wonderful, talented wife. And if you think that I would ever do anything in a million years that could potentially upset the friendship that I enjoy with this man and the friendship that I have with his family, you'll be waiting you'll be waiting for a parallel universe to evolve before you'll ever see that day. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, R-E-S-P-E-C-T, respect. There's nothing about this man that I don't respect, from his work ethic to his ability to roll with things like I do, and his graciousness, driving everywhere and doing the things that he does. Respect, exactly.
More?
Yeah.
There's more, I'm sure.
Anthony, about as long as you've been a troll, I guess would be my answer. Rosie, how long you and Mr. Z been knocking them boots? Anthony, Jesse, Lima, about as long as you've been a troll, brother. I guess that would be my answer. Yeah. Yeah, you have a huge left ear. You guys are too damn funny, you know? And that winning smile, exactly. So I didn't see any hangout that Christopher may have had last night. He left the room. I just went to sleep. Had a very good sleep, enjoyed the heat, got up this morning, enjoyed the sunshine. I do like standing out in cell block D for morning exercise, standing in the sunlight and all that. There's some things in life, some boundaries that you don't cross. And marital boundaries are ones that I don't cross with people that are married, because you're not gonna sustain the friendship over time. You're gonna lose. What person in their right mind would jeopardize the ability to hang out with somebody cool, to get Monkey Boy here, and to do his thing? Yeah, Ronnie, he said he's real life married, YouTube single, and ready to mingle.
This is our platform for dating.
That's exactly right. You know that I have too much fun down here. I have too good of relationships that I've developed over the years. The confidence and trust that the Z crew has in me is top notch all the way, and I will never. Reality is, I try to find ways that I can reciprocate the kindness that they've shown me. That beautiful gift basket with 4 roses, bourbon. I mean,
Rosie reciprocates. Let's just say that, okay?
Yeah. Would you really want to upset that apple cart or have a friend like that? And you know, honestly, I've met Mrs. Z, and she's one of the coolest, funniest women around, and I adore her. Absolutely adore her. Make you happy. I don't call him Monkey Boy. That's his name, because he monkeys around. Yes, I mean, yes. My preference is females, exactly. It always has been on that. It always has been. You know, I had a great 5-year run with Missy Jen. She remains my friend. We've had a significant back and forth conversation this morning. She will love me forever, as I will love her. You never know what the road ahead will do, but I'll tell you this. If you want to direct some thoughts and prayers, direct them to Missy Jen and her family member. If she's got a family member that's in very dire straits, and Missy Jen, even with her battles with MS, and I know you see things on camera with Jen goofing around in short skirts and leggings, you got to understand that woman has a heart of gold. And she's up to her, you know what, in sharks right now, dealing with what she has to deal with.
Very strong.
Very strong, okay? And at no point in time has she ever lied to me about having the double burden of her own health with the severe health issue that she's dealing with somebody else in her family. That's all I'm going to disclose. That's all I'm going to disclose about that. Hey Uber Goober, how you doing, sweetheart? And Uber, when I have a chance to, I'll be happy to get on your panel sometime. I know I've had the invite from you. I know CJ always wants me up on the panel and stuff. It's cool. it's a little difficult on the road, but I'd be glad to spend some time with you on one of your great hangouts and hang out with you because, well, I love you, honey. And I wish I had that Hungarian flame in me, you know. 'Cause I'll tell you what, Uber Goober, kick some ass. Yeah, that's Monkey Boy, an Army Ranger. So, and people questioned him last night. They put him through the gauntlet of is he real, and they came away with pretty good the idea. He didn't hem and haw and stammer and blah blah blah. He pretty much gave out everything people wanted to know, MOS and all kinds of other crap. So, yeah, just like we never see you, Alan Gold. Go watch her hang up before you started this. Go before you started this or after I started this. Will we see martial law? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Hopefully,
hopefully
not.
I think most people
so.
noted on January 20th the torch of the presidency will be passed to Joe Biden. I don't put that out there as supporter Joe Biden or being anti-Trump. I'm just a realist when it comes to politics and the process. It's very hard for electoral college members to get together and go against the certified results of the secretaries of states of the various states that have certified that the elections are fair, honest, and many of them have been Republican secretaries of state. I think it's going to be inordinately difficult for electors to go to the meeting of the Electoral College and cast votes contrary to what the will of the people is. Has it happened in the past? Yeah, of course it has. We've had terrible elections before. The Hayes-Tilden election of, I think that was 1868, was a terrible mess. Finally decided that if the Union withdrew its troops from Florida, then Hayes would get enough electoral votes to become president of the United States. There was a lot of backroom dealing and stuff. But this is 2020. And that's the way I feel about it. I'm being very pragmatic about things. I'm not expressing opinions. I'm just saying it's a very hard road to overturn the electoral vote, especially when the popular vote is by such a wide margin of victory. How big is the crew now with Richard? I guess we've been 4 people, Virginia. Love to visit Peru. Yeah, well, luckily I've got thousands of rounds, Joan Ann, that I picked up. So I'm good to go. But I would recommend to anybody, don't be, it specifically says in YouTube's terms and conditions, if you're live streaming, you may not demonstrate, show, handle firearms on a live stream. You can do recorded content, but you cannot, because it's too unpredictable what might happen on that live stream. So they don't allow that. So anybody that's handling video, live handling short arms, long arms, doing reloadings, you're putting your channel at risk, tremendous risk by putting, pulling out short arms, long arms, and things like that. I'm just putting it out there. That's my thought on the election. The way it is. Anybody have any other questions or anything? I know I've missed a lot of comments. We've had a ton of people in here this morning. Oh wow. Emily says Giuliani came into our state and passed cornholio onto a bunch of folks. I don't know, Golden State. I'm not afraid of the zombie apocalypse. I always think that cooler heads prevail. I'm much more worried about, here's where my real fear lies. Not about the election, but we've had a lot of forbearance on paying rent. We've had a lot of people that have been supported through the pandemic payroll program. A lot of companies have kept people on payroll specifically because the United States federal government has been paying their salaries basically not to work. Those programs are now coming to an end. We saw the first taste of what's coming. last week on Thursday when the Labor Department released the first time claims for unemployment, which had been trending down from about 6 million a week in March down to about 750,000, and last week they started spiking to 850,000. This thing has the potential to go really deep and really long here, and people think everything's going to be hunky-dory when the flu vaccine comes out and reaches it. But I would say there's far deeper structural problems within the economy if I had to put my money on it, I would say that we're at the very early stages of a tremendous depression right here, right now. And it's going to take a long time for this to play out, okay, in my opinion, because Humpty Dumpty's been knocked off the wall, but there's too many little pieces that have been shattered. It's going to be too difficult to get it back together. There's too many blocks of businesses, restaurants that have been taken out. There's too many structural weaknesses. There's too much debt. There's too many people sucking on the tit of government. It's just there's not enough. We've got problems here, and I think many people are going to lose their homes, their apartments, and that's when I think you're going to see Occupy Wall Street start to pop up again. It's not going to come from protests, from politics. It's going to come from economic need here. So, well, Ronnie, I don't make those decisions about people who need it or don't need it. I just keep my mouth closed. That's why we have a government. They make those decisions. If they make bad decisions, then it's on them. But I don't talk about whether somebody should be a disability. I don't talk about whether somebody should be on food stamps. I don't talk about who got what money from Norm here or didn't get from Norm and stuff like that. It's not my business. Yeah, openings don't work either. So I'm just saying there's a lot of structural. It's like a rotten honeycomb right now that's just going to pancake on itself here, I fear. And when the stock market goes, which it will, it's going to be the greatest blow to wealth in the history of the world, and it's going to be phenomenal. Okay. Get ready. It started August 14th of 2020 when we had that August 14th of 2019 when we had that inversion between short-term rates and long-term rates, which has always been an excellent precursor of recessions ahead. But nobody talks about that. They just focus on the coronavirus, which came up in February, March. So, yeah, thank you, Brian. We got much deeper structure. We're going to see a lot of people protesting, but it's not going to be about politics. This will fade, and it'll pass. So, it's very able-bodied. They showed their. Well, we don't know what they're. Ronnie, I've resisted going to that point of being a disability evaluator. What you're saying is you don't trust in the government's process of determining whether somebody's disabled or not. We don't review people's medical records on here. We see very short glimpses of what people offer up on YouTube, but we don't look into the structure of people's minds, what deficiencies they have in judgment, what deficiencies they have in real world functionalities with spatiality, numbers, and guessing. There's all kinds of issues we don't know about. And I'm not going to go down that road. I'm going to respect the process. Hey, Janie. And I'm not one to do that. I mean, why do we have people that evaluate? So, God, I'd feel awful being in there trying to jump somebody's stuff and making a determination whether they're disabled or not. God, I just I feel uncomfortable doing that. You're basically overthrowing a long and lengthy process that's engaged in. Well, vacationing, dancing, going to the gym, but I disagree with you 100%, Ronnie. I disagree with you 1,000%. I think you could not be more wrong by what you judge on YouTube and things like that. All right? You're basically putting your untrained judgment against a very long and lengthy process of disability evaluations and things. I don't put myself that high in life. Okay, but we can respectfully disagree on that. Hey, good to see you too, High Watch. On that note, we're coming up to the 1 hour mark, and I am going to go ahead and close out this hangout now and thank Mr. Z. If you haven't seen the Hoover Dam out there yesterday, I think that was wonderful. Ronnie, please, I don't want to know about it. I just like you as a person, Ronnie. I'm going to say this with all due respect, honey. I love you, but I don't want to go down the trail of hearing a story. Okay, I'm not equipped for that. Okay, all I can say is I love you. All the best to you. All the best to everybody. But I'm just not. I'm not interested in it. That's all I'm saying. All right.
Got a Mrs. Gold in finally.
Yeah, well, we finally got a Mrs. Allen Gold. How did that happen? Good Lord. Okay. What do you want for Christmas dinner? How about a turkey, boss? That would be good again. How about turkey? I can't wait to go down to the bosses for Christmas. Y'all have a wonderful day, okay? Thumbs up or appreciate it.